we've gone slightly under budget. We've got a lot more houses now, so they've actually, in real terms, it would show a decrease in their council tax. If we was to put it up by a certain amount, or kept it at the same or lower, what we might be doing is any future councillors that come onto the board might be left next year with a deficit if they've got to then put it up by 4% and they get hammered for it, where it was our decision the year previous. So when we've kept it within budget, and we have a few more houses in the local area to share out that amount. So doesn't that seem
no, I can't see it right to put up a 1%. If we're not giving nothing to the community for the whole year, and now you're asking people to pay another 1%, and then paying them more council tax, more KCC tax.
Well, we're not dealing with KCC tax.
Yeah, but
or NBC tax here. We're dealing with the precept. Yeah.
And 1%
we're
actually
dealing,
works out pennies.
Yeah, it is pennies.
So
we're dealing,
how much is the 1%? How much?
We're dealing with what we discussed at the meeting on the 6th of the 1st, with events that we're putting on, which we did actually kindly invite you to be a member of the events committee and involve the scouts with us, but you politely declined the last time, I recall. But there's certain councillors here who want to put on a VE Day things for the children.
In the graveyard.
Well, different.
Once the venue's not decided.
Different bits and pieces, which we like input from all the councillors, but we seem to be sort of sadly lacking only sort of, how do I put it, not conducive to giving positive input where you've been actually requested to join the events committee and throw your lot in with the rest of us to give us ideas of where we should spend the money. So I sort of detract from what you said before about we're getting all this money, we're not spending it. We are actually spending it in the correct ways, but we'd like you to be a part of it to show us that it's spending. So, you know, it's recorded on there that you're just shaking your head about that, but you have actually just been asked the time before to be part of the events committee, so we can spend the money wisely. But if you refuse to do so, I can't force any councillor to be any member of any committee at all. So,
The amount is,
I'm not good with percentages.
I know that's the RFO's decision, but still.
What we're looking at, pence, really.
It is pence,
So,
because the extra houses that we have in
yeah, they're going to take it from the
they actually think, yeah.
I can see where you're coming
Another
from.
pint of milk.
I'm sorry, Councillor Hogg, but no, it doesn't attend. It's not even a pint of milk. It's not. It's we've calculated it before.
But NBC and KCC put about 3.9%, and that's just
We're not using them,
whatever
are
they
we?
decide on that.
They are now. Chairman?
Yes, sorry, yeah. Councillor Hogg.
Right, so I think what we're trying to get is what's the final precept.
I'm just
figure.
sorting it
trying
out
to do.
now. Okay.
She's not
I'm not
unfortunately,
good
she's not the
with
RFO,
numbers,
so she's
just give
No,
me
no,
2
I just-
seconds. All right.
Sort of like on the final amount we were going to ask for, is it the 72,000 or was it?
No, that's what the borough council
Yeah, no,
come
that's
back
what I
with
think
us.
that's
I'm
what
just
we're
going to
trying
add
to get the.
I'm just going to add
yeah.
the 1%, but numbers are not my strong points. Just give me 2 seconds, okay? I'm so sorry. It's alright, I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
70,000.
If we just finish this up, and then we'll
Sorry.
we bring you state it.
868.
Hopefully it's good.
So you're talking over the entire parish. You're talking that, but
That's right, yeah, there. But there's more houses than that, so that's.
No.
So forget that bit, because we don't know
I'm
exact
really
number of
not
houses.
good with numbers.
The total figure is
I'm sorry now.
£72,198.37.
So it goes up by 1%. We're looking at,
7 pence, isn't it? About 8 pence.
it's about 7p a
Yeah,
household,
7p.
roughly. I don't think it's even that.
Depending on the amount of houses, there could be more
Yeah.
houses, which are actually.
There's not more
Penny
houses.
Dan.
Yeah,
There's not.
I don't think they'll see any change at
No.
all. So, having had that information given to us, 72,198.37, finalisation of budget and precept 2020-21, those in favour? Those against?
That's carried.
This
Can
is
I
a
go
good
name
name
vote?
vote on this.
I saw who voted, Councillor Hogg.
Okay. I'm just saying, can we have this a name vote on the?
It's already a name
It's
vote,
already
so
a name
it's
vote.
already
All
a name
the
vote.
finances and name votes. Okay, the reports item, we're going to skip to item number 7, then go
Yes.
back to items number 6E and 6F. So the reports, first of all, just so we will not take any more of the PCSO time, I think. If you'd like to introduce yourself, Mr.
So, my name's Ross from the PCSO for South and Lewes ward. I know a lot of you probably haven't seen me before. You might have seen me sort of out and about. In terms of stuff that's been going on in South Ward that I cover, which includes part of Tovil Parish, there's been a lot of issue with nuisance youths, which some of you may have encountered at some point. The fascination at the moment is playing knockdown ginger and egging of properties. That is sort of top of their agenda at the moment. They're sort of spreading down. We've narrowed it down from the Shepway area. They are coming this far down as well and doing it. We've had quite a few sort of residents in this area and in Lewes reporting it to us. If anyone has had this issue and hasn't reported it, I know it may seem like a little bit of a trivial thing, having eggs thrown, it is still criminal damage, we still need it reported, so we can sort of map out the areas that it is happening in. So we just need to, if the parish council can put it in a newsletter to encourage people to report it, because it doesn't get reported by everyone, unfortunately.
Then stick it on the Facebook page, am I allowed to do that? Stick
Yeah.
it on Facebook, Twitter?
Yeah.
Not a problem.
One second, if it's all right.
Sorry.
Can I just try and discourage people, because we have had people in Lewes that have now created a bit of a vigilante group to try and catch these kids. Please don't. It's the worst thing to do, because if you get your hands on them, you're opening yourself up to a lot of potential grief. Okay, so yeah, by all means share it on Facebook groups, sort of like descriptions, anything like that. Try and circulate it, and if you see them, you know, you can report it in any potential nuisance use in the area, and we will, when we're available, we will come out to it. That's absolutely fine. Other than that, crime in the area, sort of the biggest one I had, some people might be aware of Coral.
Yes.
Yeah, it was on the report, I don't know if everyone's seen the report. Coral, just behind the price shops, got hit. Nothing was taken, as far as we're aware. We've not been made aware of anything that's been taken. But we've had a few instances, probably over the last 6 months, where that shop, the shops and that area are being targeted. So again, just any suspicious activity that people might see, no matter how small it might seem, make note of it, report it in. If it's suspicious, we can send someone out. If it's nothing, we're not, no one's lost anything from us coming out and sort of checking on these things. But if it is something a little bit more than that, we can challenge.
Are you still having problems with the nuisance motorbike?
The bikes, I haven't had many reports of it lately. It seems to be
Over the
something
last week?
No, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Driving
yeah.
right along the
Okay.
I was going to say, I've got the number
It's the one
plate.
over the bridge. Is it the same
Yeah,
one?
I've got the number plate.
Okay.
I've got the number registration.
Yeah.
But I did have a word with him. When I saw him in the Stampers, young guy, I think he just got a bike for Christmas. He thinks it's good to ride it around. He was a nice enough lad. I said,
Yeah.
please don't ride it, you're scaring the dogs. And I haven't seen him since.
Okay.
So I had a polite word to him, you
Yeah.
know, and he was nice enough. But I have got the number plate if he does.
Yeah, if you can email me the number plate,
Yeah, yeah.
because we can put it on record. Because if we see
Sure,
it
sure.
riding along the path again, with nuisance vehicles, we can issue a section 59,
Yeah.
which is issued to the rider/driver and the vehicle itself.
Yeah. I was going to say
It could be someone else found in that vehicle. We put the power of seizure at that point, or it could be that person in someone else's vehicle. We will seize the vehicle. We can do that.
I will ring it through because I've got no email, so I can ring it through for you.
If you give it to Lisa, is that all right? Can
Yeah,
you
yeah. I
email
can-
it through to me?
I'll email it to
I
you.
was going to say we've had no problems with him since, so
No, and hopefully that'll be
yeah.
that.
So you're going to give me the number plate and I'll email it over
Yeah,
to.
I'll ring it through.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Now there was talk of PCSOs getting more powers.
I don't think it'll happen. It definitely won't happen under the chief constable we've got at the moment.
No.
Because the whole thing is, if you give PCSOs more powers to deal with other things, it takes our time off the street and it puts us in an office doing admin. And the chief constable won't do that because we are the boots on the ground rather than the police officers that are reactive. We're not. No police force is proactive. It's all reactive from call to call to call, and then they have to do their admin work, which probably takes up 50% of their time being out. So you wouldn't see us get additional powers. There was talks about around parking. I know that was something that was mentioned. It falls under NBC or KCC to deal with parking, and again, our chief's not keen on parking being dealt with.
Until the laws change about pavement parking. When the
Yeah.
law gets changed, obviously, then
Any vehicle that's obviously all four wheels on a pavement, or there's not room for a double pushchair,
yes.
we can deal with it. Go on.
Sorry, I have to drop my child off at nursery every morning here,
Yeah.
and I'm getting my ear chewed off by parents. You're the clerk, is there nothing you can do? Out there, have you seen it?
What times are we talking?
We're talking 9 o'clock in the morning. You come out, I have to push a buggy out in the road to go
Into the
see
road.
you can't get out there at all. It is a hazard. Somebody's going to have an accident one day.
Yeah. I would
Child's
say
gonna get hit.
if you can picture,
I've got pictures. I'll email them over to you.
report them.
Yeah.
Definitely via 101.
Okay.
We'll come out and deal with them. Usually, just speaking to people is enough for them
Yeah.
not to do it again.
Okay.
If you can't get a double pushchair past, and it has to be a double pushchair because
Can't get my
obviously
single.
some people do have double pushchairs, so that is the guidelines we go by. You can't get a double pushchair past, it means you can't get a single or a wheelchair past. We've got the powers to remove it, but please don't think that that will be a case of we remove it straight away, because obviously it comes out of the public purse.
No, I understand.
So we will always try and just get the owner to come and move the vehicle first.
Yeah.
An actual vehicle seizure or removal will always be a last resort, but it is something that we can do.
It just more gives me, like, when these parents are sort of saying to me,
Yeah.
like, you know, what can we do? I
If
can give them a
parents
call.
have got an issue,
Yeah,
get parents to phone it in,
I will.
because
yeah.
otherwise you've got 20 people feeding into one person,
Yeah.
and one person complains about it several times.
Yeah.
You're more likely to get a reaction. It's the same with anything. The more people that report it.
Okay, I'll do
Same
that.
as
Thank
with
you very
everything.
much.
Is there any other questions for the PCSO?
I've got one about the amount of burglaries and thefts and criminal damages. Is there been enough, like, have you stepped up for patrols around here? Because the amount, especially vehicle
Yeah,
crime, is astonishing
That is-
within 1 month.
typical for
And
the
of
time
course,
of
I've been a
year
victim of
being
that
Christmas.
myself.
It is typical for the time of year being Christmas. Obviously, not excusing it. Yeah, so it is typical for the time of year, obviously being Christmas, people are after higher value items, which will result in a higher level of burglaries. Vehicle crime is something that's across the county at the moment in terms of theft of and theft from motor vehicles. So with that, we would encourage anyone to get dash cams or get anything like a guard cam outside their property. It's not got to be an expensive piece of kit, just something that, you know, it could be a light with a built-in camera that can take a photo. These things all help us. In terms of patrols, in December, I was off sick for 3 weeks, so patrols in your area were being covered by colleagues. Okay, so to answer your question, patrols in December would not have been as high in South or Lewes Ward because of sickness for myself. Okay, In terms of moving forward, you will get a new PCSO coming and cover your area now, for South Ward, because I will be leaving end of next week. Okay. There'll be a full handover document, so I'll pass the details over to you, Lisa, as and when I know exactly who's going to be taking over.
Not a problem.
But yeah, it's probably not the answer you want to your question, but it's the answer that I've got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who would like to say anything to?
Can I just thank Ross for his time that he's been here then?
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
thank you very much, and
That's all right.
definitely thank you for all your support. You know, I know you and I have lots of emails have gone
Yeah.
back and forth, and you know, even though you haven't been to meetings, it's been great for me as the clerk to have that contact with you
Yeah.
and be able to, you know, say, well, okay, I'll email him. So thank you very much for
Right.
keeping in touch.
Okay.
From the council, we'd like to wish you the best going forward, and whatever you're going to do, whatever area you're going to go to.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your service in the past.
All right. Thank you. Okay.
You take care.
All right.
Thanks.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, before we go to the rest of the reports, we're going to go back to now item number 6E.
No, we need to vote. You voted on the precept, now you need to vote the budget.
Did we vote at number
You
B?
need to vote the precept, then you vote the budget.
We vote the precept
What is the actual precept figure?
again.
Because I'm still
That wasn't there, was it?
not sure.
Was it 72,198.37?
Yeah, plus 1%.
So you're adding 1% to
We're
that. I
adding
thought you were
1%.
adding 1% to the actual figure of last year. So, well, this year's
2019.
precept,
Sorry.
because
What was that?
this is what I'm
No,
confused on.
it's that. That's the budget figure. Oh no, that's, no, that's, it's not. That was me trying to work it out. Okay, so the actual figure that we're going to ask for is £72,198.37 plus the 1%,
Which is?
which is, I'll give you the figure now. It will be 72,920 and 36
Can
pence.
you write that down?
Right, yep. So that's the figure we'd be applying for from NBC.
£72,920.35
That's correct, yes.
is the new thing, and obviously, like I said before, there was a few more houses here. The more houses that are built, obviously the share goes to each individual house. So we're going to vote on that. All those in favour of 72,920.35. Name vote, they're all name votes, still it's on finance.
Councillor Melanie Butler, Jess Hicks, Howes Reid, Councillor Gary Butler, Councillor Woodland. All in favour.
All those against?
Sorry, would you mind stepping out a second? Councillor Adam Hall, Councillor Abigail Hogg and Councillor Susan Hogg are against. And now you need to pass the actual budget.
Yeah, pass the actual budget, which is the item 6D, finalisation of the budget and precept 2020-21.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah. Those in favour?
That's Councillor Jess, Councillor Hicks, Howes Reid, Butler, Wooding.
Those against?
I've got Councillor Abigail, Councillor Abigail Hogg and Councillor Susan Hogg against. And
1954, 1955, and minutes.
just in future.
Item number 6E, the grant application received from the Valley Conservation Society. The Valley Conservation Society has asked for an amount of grant requested of £300. A short description of what the grant is for. It will help the VCS to upgrade the storage metal container as much as we can. The windows have been welded and boarded up, as we do know that it had a break-in before, and equipment stolen. Fitting an alarm, security light and CCTV to make it harder to be targeted like opportunists breaking in. And obviously, all the people visiting the nature reserve will benefit from the budget as well as the PCS itself. If the total cost is more than grant, the estimated cost is between 4,500 and 5,000. PCS will finance the largest amount they are asking for, apart from the KCC and MBC and things. They're asking for a grant of £300. So, without further ado, we can just put that straight to a vote. Those in favour of a £300 grant to thing.
Right, I've got Councillor Melanie Butler, Jess Hicks, Howes Reid. Oh, it's unanimous. It's just unanimous.
Authorisation of payments, 6F.
I would agree with that one,
Yeah,
like the top bit. Yeah,
Yeah, you get the prize. Yeah, we've got a revised payments list. The RFO was only going to pay me £160.
Yeah, I wonder.
I had words with the RFO and kindly said to her, would you mind amending that so that I got my full salary? Because I kind of want to eat next month. It was him that picked it up as well.
Oh, lucky people, isn't it?
Well, no, she wouldn't have paid me that amount. She always tells me what I'm getting paid. I think it was a mistype. Because you'll see.
And there's also no amount there from
Take one.
the solar test.
Yeah.
I can query that with her. Can we query that with her?
Yeah, please.
Give that to Butler.
I did email her today and she couldn't. Will they
You
print it
emailed
today?
her at 1:30. She finishes at 12.
Say good luck, say good luck in the environment.
I will
We love.
have a look.
Authorisation of payments, 6F. They have been distributed. Any problems with them at all? No? Well, let's have a vote on them. Authorisation of payments, those in favour?
Okay, I've got Melanie Butler, Jess Hicks, Howes Reid, Councillor Susan Hogg, Councillor Gary Butler and Councillor Woodin.
Those against?
None against.
And those abstaining?
Councillor Adam Hogg, Councillor Abigail Hogg abstaining.
Thank you very much indeed. Moving on to item number 7, reports. Any other reports apart from the PCSO? Is there a county council report? No. Is there a borough council report?
One thing I would like to say is that I did email both the borough councillors and the county councillor and I asked them for their reports. I did it before Christmas and then I reminded them after Christmas. The only person who replied to me was the PCSO. And one thing I will say for him is that he has got very good in the fact that every month, like clockwork, I've got a report. So
Can you make a note of that, please, and an email to both of them requesting their reasons for not giving a report?
yeah,
It's quite poor, really.
it is.
Because
Yeah, I
you've got
agree.
3 councillors and 1 KCC councillor. And 3 councillors can't even
I
give
know.
1 report.
Yeah.
Very poor.
And that's why I've just suggested that we
Yeah.
email them and
Yeah,
I want a
reason.
reason why,
Yeah.
not just that, why didn't you?
Well, they ignored me. They flatly ignored me.
That's-
I got
that's
nothing,
not-
and I wasn't
You've
happy.
got 1 councillor on the parish and try and...
Okay, item number 8, update list. No, we have, yes, we've done that one. Just done that one.
That's
No, that's not
the
the same.
payment.
Sorry, that's the plan.
Lovely.
I've got the update list.
Right, come here.
Wonderful.
Your update list is
That's it.
here.
That's right, the update list. The concrete needs cut through. The Vice Chairman has volunteered to do this. However, he has asked Sam from Pearson's to have a look at it
I have.
and do us a quote.
It's not our land.
Right,
Right.
I'm gonna, we've had a discussion about this in the office this morning.
Yeah, 'cause it's not our
I'm
land,
going
is
to
it?
attempt with KCC to get them to do it. The
Yeah.
reason being is because the tarmac underneath is all damaged and when I went to look at it, I was like,
It's a public footpath,
It
so it
is.
should be KCC
so there's
responsibility.
So the development I was going to report back was that I have actually reported it to Public Rights of Way this
Yeah.
morning, and I'm going to wait for them to come back to
Thank
me.
you.
All right, so
Thank you.
that's what it was. Sometimes we have these discussions
Yeah,
in the office, and yeah, so that is something
If
that's
you
already
remember,
done.
when we've had meetings with the KCC, when we've actually brought up surface damage, they've said sometimes it's subterranean damage, which is more an in-depth, you need a much more in-depth look at things, and it could be very costly, so I think that's what they're on about there.
It's been
It's
like it
underneath.
for years
Yeah.
and years and
You
years.
can see that.
Salt bins, the KCC have informed the council that they're running behind due to the size of the lorry used
To distribute these.
to
sorts,
distribute the salt bin. One has been put into place, which I will come and take a look at, because if it's a health and safety issue being up, how high is it?
It's not that high.
It's on the concrete pad.
Can you give me the location
I've
and then
got a
I'll
picture.
go down tomorrow?
Paul, I've got a picture.
Yeah, I'll have a look at the picture of it.
It's
See
it's just that maybe the kids, school kids, might
yeah.
take all the shit
And
out.
I
and
think,
just-
like Mrs Black said, the access to it, if it did snow, how would people get access to it if it's a lot of swimming stuff around there? So I'll take a picture, look, and I'll pop down there tomorrow to see if we can do
It's the
something
only
about it.
place
I do
we
apologise.
could put it, wasn't
You were
it?
there,
Yeah,
weren't you?
yeah,
I
it was a
literally
car
had
in
about
the way.
2
Was there?
minutes to make
Car
a
away?
decision, yeah.
And
But
then-
honestly,
Car
you were
in the
there,
way,
weren't
a
you?
Huge, great.
And I'm so glad you came, because we stood there,
Yeah.
didn't we? We were like, we've got no choice, it's got to go
So,
up there.
so to move that now, they will have to pay for a crane, too much to pay for a crane and then put it back on.
Yeah.
They only need a big boat bag and just put the stuff into another
Shovel
boat
it,
bag.
shovel
Yeah.
it, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can do it that way.
Yeah.
Providing, yeah, I mean, we'd have to do it when there's no cars parked there then.
Yeah, exactly.
The blue
Oh, I
car
see,
was
it's up
in
there.
the way.
So if it was really icy
And
up
people
there,
can't
how
get.
would somebody would probably slip off that, yeah.
But you can appreciate I had to make a decision.
Yeah, of course you did, yeah, yeah.
There and
Yeah.
then, didn't we?
I couldn't, like, the salt was there.
Yeah.
I reckon a couple of shovels, if VCS would lend me a couple of shovels, I don't mind going down there, getting an empty bag, and shoveling it from there into an empty bag. It may take me, what, 3 minutes? No, no.
Won't take long.
It may take me
Long
half an
way
hour
back.
to shovel it from one to the other. But yeah, totally understand that. It's got to be down lower. That's too high. Salt bins.
We couldn't physically put it anywhere else at the time.
Literally, where we planned to put it
Yeah.
was
Salt
There was
bins,
coal,
probably.
like where the car was,
Yeah.
because we thought that'd be the perfect place. And I got there and there was a car park there. There's nothing I can do about it.
Okay, that's the rock salt for the bridge. The item number 2 was the salt bins. KCC have informed the council that are running behind due to the size of the lorry used. I don't understand that, but
Okay, so KCC, most of them have now been done. However, they did inform me because there were a couple of salt bins that hadn't been done in the parish and it had been reported back to me. Some of the more rural areas, and KCC basically told me that the lorry can only carry enough grit for 3 bins at a time, and they didn't start soon enough. And I'm thinking, well, why have you only started in? Yeah, just at that.
How big's the story?
I don't know.
3 bins.
No, I'm just a messenger,
That's
okay,
a
Mr.
wheelbarrow.
Chairman. I'm just a messenger. I'm just reporting it back.
it's a wheelbarrow with an engine. Okay, that's the update list.
Do you want me to feed it back to KCC that their lorry's too small?
No.
No, okay.
Item number 12, matters arising not on the update list. Is there any matters arising?
I don't know if you wanted to bring that up now, unless it's not arising. What was discussing the other day was
Oh, God, yes, flood barriers, weren't we? Yes, you bring that up
yeah,
now, yeah.
not, it's not for discussion now. And a member of the public came to me because over Christmas again we had flood water that came not as high as last time, but it was high enough. You know, it was over the side, and he said to me, "Is there any way we could put a barrier or something up to say, you know, a warning sign that there was flood water, because it was so dark you couldn't see where the water was, where the bridge was, and it was right up to the bridge."
Yeah, I think that's a matter for KCC, I believe. And they do put, when KCC, they put the triangles out. They did it a lot. I travelled through Yawning and Laddingford during that flooding, and there was loads of them triangles out, road closed, flooding, and that's a KCC matter.
It's just a member
But we
of the
will-
public came
we
to me
will-
and said about it.
Do you
So,
want me to write to KCC and find out why they didn't put the sign there?
Yes, please, and in future, if there is any flooding problems, especially the road leading down there because it is dark,
it's
make
extremely dark.
can we make sure that that road is has one of them triangle flooding
Yeah.
signs down there.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Any other matters arising not on the upload list? Okay, planning applications.
What have I done that for? Sorry, not that. I was doing something on the laptop. Right. We have got
For erection
of detached dwelling.
of the detached dwelling of Wyju's Place, Farley Hill, Trouble Maidstone.
I would like to just clarify, we do have the applicants here. This is Mr. and Mrs. Clark.
I thought it was somebody else's. I thought it was Chris's.
Oh no.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to just pass it around?
Just pass it round, yeah, and can I have the front documents, the header of letters?
What I would say as well is obviously any questions.
Yeah.
I know.
Have you got can you bring it up on there? That one there. Is this a wee application or just?
No, this is an application.
And address it to Wyju's Place.
It's a new application.
It is a new application, yeah.
Well, he lives in the same. Oh, yeah.
I just wish Madeline was renting it because they're quite fancy. Very good tenant.
And this is the. What's that?
It is, yeah, it's just down here.
The water's there.
Have you all been down there? Do you know where it is in relation to where we are?
Right.
No.
Jim,
So-
right, Jim,
So yeah, it might be
This is
easier
the
to
big
explain.
house, isn't it?
Yeah, so our house, but this is right, if you carry on round the driveway, right to the end, it adjoins our garden, but it's actually adjacent to the wreck, isn't it? It's adjacent to the wreck. You know the wreck that kind of links us to...
Hudson's Quarry you're talking about?
That's the one,
Yeah.
I call it the wreck.
Yeah.
This was Quarry.
Yeah.
Hudson's Quarry.
So it's next to there, but it's at the end of our driveway, basically. No, you can't. No one can see it really, but it's right at the end of the driveway. We initially had a pre-app because, according to the amount of land it is, realistically we should have more property on it. But because of the proximity to our house, they only wanted. What's it? The conservation
The
officer.
conservation officer said you can have one there, but not
anywhere.
further down the field. So,
Yeah.
and it fits in like an enclave at the end to finish it off. If you look at the layout of the houses everywhere else, it's sort of and he wanted a courtyard design, which that is. So we've worked very closely with KCC, the Maidstone Borough Council, and the conservation officer essentially to come up with this plan. It was really what they wanted, not what we wanted.
So really, from the roadside, no one knows.
You can't see it from anywhere.
You can't see it from anywhere at all, unless you go right down the end.
Very heavily shielded by existing trees that are really high.
I'm happy with that.
It is lovely down there. It's the best one. It's the best bit of driveway. No one goes past you.
I mean, I don't know if you know, Madeline and myself work together on the neighbourhood plan group, and I've seen the side. It will be the way if it's, I can visualise it.
Out the garden,
It to me, yeah. I can look like the way it was tucked round. Yeah. Looks lovely.
Is there anything else you'd like to add to all the councillors in support of your application?
Well, only in that part of the reason that we put in for it is that the amount that it's cost to renovate the house has been disproportionately huge.
Yeah, and we've still got a mile of work to do on all the historic walls. They all need repointing. There is hundreds of metres of them, and the cost is massive.
I think it's nice that you keep it tradition, keeping it there.
Yeah, well,
I think it's brilliant.
and it makes it.
We spent everything we had on it, and now we need a bit more.
No, I've got that's been submitted about this application. No public comments have been submitted about this application.
No one's complained about it.
No, oh no, literally. So as you go down to the bottom, Chris is on the left, and this is on the right. Yeah, so it's behind our garden. Yeah.
That's Chris's there.
Yeah.
Which is Chris's now?
That's Chris's mum-in-law, and that's Chris. That's Chris's.
All right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are not objecting.
No one's objecting.
No, no one's
Nobody
objected.
has. There's no comments online
No
on
public
this
comments or anything at all.
Oh, right,
I think they feel.
They in fact sent us a text saying we've got no problem with it, good
Yeah.
luck, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where's the actual?
Well,
Did you want this?
I propose that we
No,
accept it.
does-
Wait.
Would you like this?
You wanna-
Recommend approval.
Recommend approval.
That's the one.
Oh, do you want to read that?
We're all having a bit of a thingy Monday, aren't we? Never mind. We'll get there in one, won't we?
Just let me know when you're ready, Councillor Abigail Hogg, when you're ready
Yeah,
for the
just
vote.
quickly go through it, but it's usually
Okay.
just what.
Councillor Susan Hogg has proposed that we accept it. Councillor Butler has seconded it. All those in favour to recommend approval?
What I've read, yeah.
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Basically, just down the bottom of the garden.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
And, yeah,
I'll ring you in the morning.
yeah.
Let's get this done and then we'll
Yeah,
do neighbourhood plan.
Thank you.
You take care.
Lovely to
See you
you.
later.
Oh, is it Wednesday? Is that the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
What?
See you later.
Wednesday, isn't it? Meeting? It's on the minutes.
I'll have a look. I'll have a look later. It's fine. Right. Tovil Parish Council